I hope you're all still having some fun. I'm still having fun. I have some more magic I'd like to show you. I also would like to share with you some poetry this evening, but poetry has to be consensual. So because otherwise, if you share poetry with people and they don't give you their consent, it's like really dreadful. So could I get some consent? Could I share a little bit of poetry? It's not my own poetry. Could I share poetry with you?
Yeah.
Somebody said no. No, what are you going to do, magician? Magic you to be nicer. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to share with you a little bit of poetry tonight. I want to share with you something that I really love. When I was a little kid, one of the first authors I ever encountered was Edgar Allan Poe. Has anyone, who's not heard of Edgar Allan Poe? Yes, so this will be your first time. I'm probably about your age. When I heard the poem, I'm going to read from you. Because Edgar Allan Poe is widely and rightly regarded as one of the greatest writers of the 19th century in America. He's known for his literary works, his short stories like The Pit and the Pendulum, The Mask of Red Death, and The Telltale Heart, one of my favorites, one of his best known stories. He's known for his poetry, Annabel Lee, Tamerlane, and what's his most well-known poem?
The Raven.
The Raven.
The Raven, yes. So I wanted to read you all just a little excerpt from The Raven tonight. I'm just going to read a couple stanzas, if I have your consent to read poetry. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." It sets a mood, doesn't it? Yeah. Ah, distinctly, I remember. It was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the words forevermore and nevermore come up a lot as a refrain throughout that poem of Poe's. If you've read it, and many of you have, you're familiar. So I'm thinking that I want to get to the bottom of why Poe wrote this poem. What was his inspiration? Scholars have debated this for centuries since Poe's death, his untimely death at the age of 40 years old. One theory posits that Poe met an actual physical raven that inspired him to write this poem, which is all about loss of loved ones, perhaps his battles with addiction, certainly some aspect of being in touch with the other world, with the mysteries of the other world. But I want to put to rest tonight centuries of scholarly debate by drawing upon a little-known principle of magic from cultural anthropology known as sympathetic magic. Who's heard of sympathetic magic? Well, good, then I can just make it all up. In sympathetic magic, they say, if you produce items that have a certain energy or quality to them, certain attributes or energies, those items will draw to themselves other items or things with similar attributes or energies. You all following so far? Mm-hmm. Yeah. A really simple way to talk about this is to say that like attracts like. Something that is like something else attracts that thing to itself. So I'm hoping tonight that we can use this mock-up of the 19th century house with 3 windows, where Edgar Allan Poe wrote most of his work, and a couple of other things to help settle the scholarly debate of where the raven originates. And if we're talking about birds, let's start at the beginning. Sometimes the jokes are just for So we're gonna do a little bit with that egg, and we're gonna do a little bit with the all-important raven's feather. Okay, and we're gonna see what we can do. Because writing from a simple 3-windowed garret, Edgar Allan Poe saw more in his lifetime of wisdom and wonder and the other world of mystery and enchantment than many of us will glimpse in an entire lifetime. And so I want you all tonight to help me remember a magic word drawn from Edgar Allan Poe's famous poem, The Raven. And that word is nevermore. So when I'm ready, when I say, give me the magic word, what are you all going to say?
Nevermore.
Can I get hands on knees? Drum roll, please. Say it!
Nevermore.
And that, my friend, may be the actual raven, hi Edgar, that inspired the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. But it's also, he's just going to rest in the cauldron from the Goblin Mark. He's okay. A little acid in there. It's okay. But there may be a simpler explanation by far for Poe's inspiration for the poem The Raven. Would you all like to know what that is?
Yes.
Well, they say Poe was really fond of whiskey and brandy, and even absinthe. And so, it's possible there's something simpler than all this hocus pocus and magic. Maybe not. Perhaps the scholarly debate isn't settled, but I hope that it's settled, that you all had fun and enjoyed my show. My name is Chris the Bard. You've been fantastic.